Well, it is only day one, but already there is a palpable sense of obligation right from the start. These teams know they cannot falter. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. The crowd rises for the national anthem of South Korea. So we're up and running. This then the greatest show on the grandest stage. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. And it's Son Heung-min. Chance for a shot! Oh, he has absolutely drilled that.
Oh, that's a cracking try. Good technique to keep it low too.
Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, I'm really looking forward to...
And he shoots! It was a good ball, that, played into his feet.
Well, the quality of the supply has been acknowledged. Shame, that's when the quality ended.
So it's going to be another corner. He's rising! Crossbar comes to the rescue. South Korea are looking to go forward now. Back towards the middle. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Son Heung-min. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Played out towards the right wing. That's where it came from. And he can clear it away. No goals as yet. Now it's Derrida. He's picked his way through. Now this could be a chance. There's the header! Goal! The Czech Republic! And it's the Czech Republic who take the lead. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unearned.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Number 17.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Son Heung-min. Oh, that's fabulous. Brilliantly cut out.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Hwang Hee-chan. What's going wide left? No outsmarting him this time. And it's Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min. Lee Kang-in. Lee Kang-in!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, what has happened here? Decent chance! Oh, that is rather wayward. Derrida. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Son Heung-min. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle, stopped him dead in his tracks.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Nicely weighted ball. Oh, that's a key interception. That's a good run down the left. Now it's Hwang Hee-chan. Now it's Son Heung-min. Has a look up and delivers. And it's claimed by the keeper. .40 gone, half-time closing in.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Showing good feet. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Distributed tidily. Son Heung-min. Now it's Hwang Hee-chan. And this is Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min is flagged offside. that brings the first half to a close. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. South Korea finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
Now in operation for your safety.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
South Korea can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even...
Goes for a shot! And it's in! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
South Korea restore parity.
Both teams having to rewrite their plans and start from scratch here. Plenty of food for thought for both managers.
Well, that pass isn't the best. South Korea have it back and can go again. Takes a shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Son Heung-min being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace. South Korea have clearly reached a level of comfort in this half. Why not use the impetus to plough on?
Space for him to turn and look. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. He's found a way through. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And he's forced to go back. Now it's Schick.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
He is through here. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Oh, good climb. Oh, surely that deserved a better outcome.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence.
Substitution for Czech Republic, number 10.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Coming on the field, number 9, number 20.
Lee Kang-in. Just about up to 75 minutes. Darida gets across and deals with it. Now it's Hwang Hee-chan. And here's Son Heung-min, played out to the left flank. And this is... He's had a shot!
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Short changes him with that pass. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Out towards the flank. Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Just 5 minutes remaining now. Pass somewhat off target.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
Lee Kang-in. Lee Kang-in. Looking to pass their way up the pitch.
There will be 1 minute added time.
It's loose now and they want to get it back. And that will be the final act. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, if this was a game where both sides played to their strengths, there could only have been one winner, but ifs don't count in football.
A quick reminder today that smoking is only allowed in areas shown on this map. Thank you for your cooperation.
Well, this competition has already provided us with so much drama, and there are so many teams still vying for supremacy, and no doubt there will be more. Perhaps after today's game, who knows? Certainly the demands from supporters are huge, both in terms of those in the stand and those of you who sit at home and join us from afar. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. The crowd rises for the national anthem of South Korea. There's the whistle. This then the greatest show on the grandest stage. Cleared away, spread it left. Rolls it backwards. Nice sequence of passes, this. Oh, that's nice. And the shot! Goal! Republic of Korea! And South Korea lead! Simplicity itself.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
Number 10.
South Korea penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead. That's a good ball out wide. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. He is through here. Son Heung-min played back into the centre. Played out towards the right wing. Now it's Hwang Hee-chan. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. South Korea leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Looking for options for movement. Cuts it, but is having a shot! First quarter of an hour gone. Now it's Hwang Hee-chan. Hwang Hee-chan. There he goes, motoring forward. That has been knocked clear. Played out wide. South Korea already with the upper hand and looking to turn it into something close to dominance. Now, can he find a finish? Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. He's in plenty of space here. That is lovely. Aimed beyond the defence. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. And he's taking no chances there. Hangs in a cross.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Back in once more. Oh, there's the shot! And with the goal at his mercy, a dreadful miss.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
He's got away. Now the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. Well, the players are flocking round their fallen colleague and they look worried. Tries to play it through. And he's opted for the long pass, and he was quick to react. Lee Kang-in, and he's managed to get free. Nice control. Great chance! And that has fair fizzed. And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. Takes a shot! And now a sudden chance to counter. Well, that pass isn't the best. He's a sharp little ball here. That's good play. Shot at goal! And that's a sharp finish. They have come roaring back.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
A finish of great intelligence. He just understood and he executed so smoothly.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
South Korea couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Lee Kang-in. And here's Lee Kang-in. Now it's Frank, and the shot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Out towards the flank.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
That's good running with the ball. And that is headed for the middle. Keeper's dealt with that. Oh, that's a chance! Goal! Republic of Korea! Into the lead once more. Oh, high-quality goal, lovely first touch, sumptuous second.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
And that is indeed the final act. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
South Korea are leading, but it is still delicately poised. It's 2-1. And here is the first touch of the second half. He's picked his way through. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's Son Heung-min. Now it's Hwang Hee-chan. Son Heung-min. And the shot! And that is wildly off target.
He'll be irritated with that, Peter. He really did spring into life as he made his run.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. What's going wide left? It's a good-looking delivery. Fair effort, he reacted well.
I thought the wing work was A1. The defending and finishing was anything but.
South Korea have their second corner now. Lee Kang-in with the short one. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And here's Son Heung-min. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
And a chance! Well taken goal. What remarkable powers of recovery.
Well, this is just incredible. I mean, who would have seen this? Neither manager, I think. It's all happening.
The goal from Mexico.
That was a given. It always was.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers go crazy.
Mexico dragged themselves back again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Who saw this coming? South Korea are hurt by just about the final punch. Now it's Son Heung-min. Now this could be... And the finish! They want to be quick to recover this. Oh, he's found support out wide. It's a promising position. Deflected behind for a corner kick. They've played it short. Incoming delivery. Oh, good effort. Oh, it's come off the upright. Pass somewhat off target. Delicate ball, and it needs to be brilliantly cut out. Hwang Hee-chan. Now it's Hwang Hee-chan. It's a really well-measured ball. Has a look up and delivers. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Ball's gone out of play. Engages and forces him off the ball. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Son Heung-min. Over to the right flank. Now this could be a chance. And this is Son Heung-min. Shoots! Goal! Republic of Korea! And they're back in front. Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Oh, that's tremendous. They've shown it again and again in this competition. They'll fight to the very end. You have to admire them for their spirit.
Oh, that's a key interception. Oh, the less said about that pass, the better. Mexico can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Hoisted in, and a header! And a neat finish! And the lead lost no time at all!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
After 82 minutes,
It was wonderfully efficient.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Quite a game this, all square again.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
And here's Lee Kang-in. And he was alert to it.
South Korea really can't...
Gets the shot away! He doesn't look too happy with that.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing. Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
Played out to the left flank. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
South Korea can breathe again, just.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And no surprise, that's a booking. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all. It's run loose, who's going to get there? Now it's Hwang Hee-chan. Shifted it to the flank. Now it's Son Heung-min. Hwang Hee-chan. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. He's had a shot! It's hit the upright. They huffed and they puffed, but that will be that. Magic. What a magical football match, and genuine respect all round. Son Heung-min picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, Peter, I suppose it's something. Not ideal for either side, of course, although if you look at the overall balance of things, neither did enough to win this.
And now,
I think the result
members
is
of the
quite
crowd,
fair.
I'd like to ask you to join me in wishing our birthday boy a very...
Things really are heating up here ahead of what we've always known will be a crucial game. At stake, a seat at a higher table. This an opportunity to put down a marker to make a statement of intent. Colours vivid and vibrant. Oh, he's taken it. Played out wide. That's a shade optimistic. He's found a way past. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Oh, strongly challenged there. Son Heung-min. Foster. Oh, good spread. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, that's a key interception. And it's Son Heung-min. South Korea controlling the possession in this early phase. Now it's Hwang Hee-chan. And a chance! He's done very well to get to that.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
South Korea with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Lee Kang-in plays it short, and he's there to belt it away. Lee Kang-in. Oh, such a clever touch. That's tidy. And it's made. And the shot! Still goalless at the moment. Foster. Could move up a gear here. Tries to pass it through. Pass is just off target. Hwang Hee-chan, excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed. It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. He's had a shot! It's their second corner of the game. Surely now! Cleared without hesitation. And now they can spring out of defence. That is good strength. Son Heung-min. And the return pass. Sitole. No, that's been intercepted. That has been slung wide. He leaps for it! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Well, that's a move which shouldn't be allowed to repeat. A dribble, cross and attempt, all too easy.
Nicely weighted ball. Real Foster! Lee Kang-in and Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min scooting forward. Nicely intercepted. And there's his chance to lead the counter. This looks promising. And the shot! It's there! And South Africa take the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
South Africa have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible. OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Foster. Can he spark a counter here? Driving forward. Son Heung-min. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Now here's the... Oh, good effort! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And it's Son Heung-min. Now it's Hwang Hee-chan. Spread out to the left. Flashes it across. Cleared away. And for the first half, that is that. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
And now, I'd just like to
South
read out
Korea
our fan club
currently
members who are
behind
celebrating
by
their
1 goal
birthdays
to nil
today.
at the break.
Everyone, please welcome the two sides.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
Lee Kang-in will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Hangs in a cross, but he's made sure that's not getting through. And the shot! It's a loose ball. Sitole looking understandably energised after his goal.
Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
Nicely aimed pass. Pinches it off him. Still chasing the game, trailing by 1. Well, that's clear cut, it's a free kick. And no surprise, that's a booking. Clipped into space. Oh, good climb! Harmlessly behind. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Did well to step in there, that was more than necessary. Son Heung-min. So Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances. South Korea really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Now it's Hwang Hee-chan. It's a really well-measured ball. Sitole. Short changes him with that pass. Lee Kang-in. That's destined for the flank. And here's Son Heung-min. He's the return pass. Very nicely. Tries a shot! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
South Korea really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
"75 minutes played.
South Africa surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Lee Kang-in. And it's Son Heung-min. South Korea could be just about done here.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
He's gone forward. The final 5 minutes. Now it's Hwang Hee-chan, Lee Kang-in. South Korea are running out of time to save themselves. Lee Kang-in. Oh, what a ball! Oh, that's a fine challenge.
South Korea really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Now it's Son Heung-min. Sitole. But that signals the very end. Defeated, dejected, deflated. The ultimate disappointment. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
South Korea really looked like they were just second to everything. Disjointed even. Yeah, it was a high intensity.
A moment to savour for all of us. Lined up on the start line, their eyes fixed on the prize. It is the ultimate calm before the inevitable storm. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And we're ready now for the anthems. So off we go then. So a clash of nations with so much pride on the line. Back towards the middle. Fernandez gets the nod here. Anything we should note about him, Jim?
Well, I think his new boss will be asking him to nip opposition attacks in the bud. I think that's going to be his chief involvement. But he's just not out there to win the ball. He can also make a habit of moving it forward very quickly, and he actually has a creative side to his game that I think is underestimated.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Martinez, and the shot! Oh, that wasn't far away.
Well, that would have asked some awkward questions of the keeper had it stayed on target.
He's found a way through. Paz. And Simeone. And here's Lautaro Martinez. And here's the pull.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
That's an imaginative pass. And he welcomes it in. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And here's Lautaro Martinez. No, that's been intercepted. Argentina have had plenty of possession, but few, if any, genuine chances. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. And it's Molina.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Oh, now he can run away with it. Space for him to turn and look. Oh, it's come loose. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. That's good play. He's free, he has got space. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Paz. Argentina do have a chance to counter here. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Now it's to Paul. Backward it goes. Oh, important interception.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Approaching the half-hour mark.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Now it's Martinez, and he's had it nicked away. Now that looks a decent ball. And that's played in low. Oh, good climb! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Paredes. Otamendi. And it's Molina. And Simeone. Paz. Over to the right flank. Simeone. And it's Fernandez. So much time and space here. There's the shot! It's fallen kindly here. No, not quite.
Yeah, he came away empty-handed in the end, but it was wonderful movement.
And there's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Paz. And Simeone. 5 minutes till the break. And the return pass. That's very neat. Simeone!
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Fernandez. And the referee says that is that for the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. So there was the first half.
Well, it was great to see them try to turn their possession and chances into a goal. They definitely wanted one before the break, and okay, while it didn't happen, things could start changing if they can continue in the same manner.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock, the score 0-0. And we are back underway. Tries a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Well read, nice interception. De Paul. And it's Fernandez. Tagliafico. And it's Rodrigo De Paul. And Paz, delivered across.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Simeone kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now, can they get him away? He's in a great position here. Shapes to shoot! They've scored! Really tidily gathered, and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Algeria have taken the lead.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Fernandez. And it's Rodrigo de Paul. Still chasing the game, trailing by 1. And it's Fernandez. Shoots! Again, a brilliant save.
Another cracking save from the keeper, Peter. He's playing a blinder.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
That is lovely. Paredes. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Tagliafico. He's had a shot! And for a moment, time stood still. Nicely aimed pass. Pass is just off target. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Paredes. Oh, such a clever touch. And it's Fernandez.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
De Paul. And Fernandez. De Paul. Good ball, good, decent chance! They've got to be quick to recover this. And that's going up front in a hurry. There will be a throw-in. So here comes a substitution.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Oh, that's delightful. Moments left, barely that, to avoid a shock defeat now. Delivered, real chance! That was superb goalkeeping.
Well, convincing, that most certainly wasn't. He did well to rescue it, though, I'll give him that. This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Se agregará un minuto al tiempo reglamentario.
And it's Fernandez. Martinez. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Hey, not to not, but there is time for no more. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Argentina really were made to rue their ineptitude, if I can put it like that. Defended reasonably well, but if you can't put away...
So many teams, so many ambitions. The objectives are clear for everyone, and they all know what needs doing. It is very much every team for themselves. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kick-off. This then the greatest show on the grandest stage. De Paul.
There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, David Alaba, one of the most versatile players out there. He's just got so much positional awareness and intelligence. He can basically do a job anywhere on this pitch.
He's having a shot! And that is doing no harm at all. Oh, what a mistake! It'll be a throw-in. And this is Arnautovic. He's picked his way through. Well, they've got a great chance! In he goes again! Goal, Austria! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
Argentina are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Paredes. And Fernandez. He's in a great position here. Knocks it out wide. Martinez! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no. It's a pretty loose pass.
Argentina are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Schlager. Paredes. And it's Rodrigo de Paul. Martinez. Schmidt. Paz. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Gregoric. Now it's Baumgartner. Showing great feet there. Gregoric. Baumgartner, skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Good ball, good take. Distributed tidily. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Now it's Gregoric, and here's Arnautovic. Out towards the flank. The pull cuts out the pass. Tagliafico. And it's Paredes. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And here's Arnautovic. Otamendi does well to get it back. Wonderful save by Martinez. Oh, he's having a go! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Half an hour played now. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
No way through. Tagliafico. Paz. Now it's Martinez. Now this could be a chance. Simeone! It's hit the upright. Schlager. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing.
Argentina truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Now it's Arnautovic. Now it's Baumgartner. He's got away. Baumgartner. Chance! Oh, wonderful effort, all by himself.
That's a terrific try, because it's not an easy skill at that pace.
Shifted upfield. Martinez might just make this. Schmidt couldn't squeeze it through. Now who's going to be first to this? Tagliafico. And Paz. And it's Rodrigo de Paul. Tagliafico gets into a good position.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And it's Rodrigo de Paul. Oh, well played, well played. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Quick look at his watch and the referee whistles for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
And a quick announcement today that
Argentina currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
And there they are. Please
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
Paz. Molina. Simeone. And Molina.
That's good play from him.
Simeone. And it's Fernandez. Now it's Martinez. And Martinez! And it's there! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
The goal scorer for Argentina after 54
That was a given. It always
Number
was.
18.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Now it's Martinez. That has been slung wide. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Arnautovic. Spread to the right. Now, can they get him away? Lima has the space to scheme. Here comes the cross. That's a sharp pass. Now it's Martinez.
Well, I'm hoping for a nice open second half now. It's there to be won.
He's shifting through the gears here. Arnautovic! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
And you can see how the direct approach can work really well. Get yourself on the ball and give it a try.
That's a lovely, neat pass. And now a sudden chance to counter. Sabitzer. Well, what about it? Argentina have come back from the very brink. Fernandez. Molina. Now Paredes. And it's Molina. Fernandez. That's Paredes. Paz. Now it's Martinez. And here's Lautaro Martinez. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, it's an interesting move, this, Peter. It just gives opposition defences a very different challenge.
Arnautovic. Coming on to replace him is number 14.
Lienhardt. Schmidt. And he's being shifted off it. Paz. Oh, good spread. Simeone has created one goal already. Just about up to 75 minutes. And it's Otamendi. Now Romero. Martinez. Goes looking wide. And here's the pull.
Argentina really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
That's a good ball out wide. Simeone. Sabitzer. And they can counter here. Now it's Kalajic. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Simeone. Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Schmidt. Now it's Schlager. He's found a way through. Strong running down that left flank. He's looking unstoppable. Delivered. Getting up there. Oh, split-second reaction.
That'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though. Fernandez.
Schmidt. Now it's Kalajic, succumbs to the pressure. Whistle's gone, that's foul.
Substitution for Austria, number 20, Leiber. Coming on the field is number 5.
Rising over the bar. Paredes.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage.
Oh no, what has happened here? And Paz, Simeone,
has been
and it's
indicated.
Molina. Into stoppage time, very little left on it. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Baumgartner has found the net here, of course. And no surprise, that's a booking. That's that, the end. It is the long road home. They needed to win, they failed to win. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
I had a feeling something like this might happen. To me, everything seemed a bit half-hearted, Peter, and we didn't see enough purpose or intensity, and perhaps even leadership. You know, that's
Hello,
needed in a
everybody,
game like
This
this.
is a quick reminder to let you know that you'll be able to catch today's match.